All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're taking a deep dive into something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. A real-life fountain of youth.
Oh, yeah, this one's a doozy.
You sent this article over, Ozempic may delay aging, and I gotta say, color me intrigued.
Definitely catch my interest, too.
So we're talking about the idea that a medication could actually hold the key to slowing down, maybe even reversing aging. Is that even possible?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What's got everyone buzzing about Ozempic is this idea that it might be doing more than just helping with weight loss. It might be actually impacting the way our bodies age at a fundamental level.
Right, so it's not just about looking younger. It's about actually, being younger on the inside. But how could a drug like Ozempic, which is usually used for diabetes and weight loss, actually do that?
It all comes down to this hormone called GLP-1, or glucagon-like peptide 1 that Ozempic mimics. Now, GLP-1 is naturally produced in our bodies, and it's got its hands in a lot of different processes.
Okay, so GLP-1 does what exactly?
So its main gig is helping to regulate our blood sugar levels, which is why it's used to treat type 2 diabetes. But here's where it gets really interesting. GLP-1 also seems to play a big role in reducing inflammation throughout the body.
All right, so less inflammation.
Yeah.
But how does that connect to aging? I mean, I get that inflammation's no good, but...
Think of it like this chronic inflammation, the kind that just hangs around too long. It's like a slow burn in your body, slowly damaging cells and tissues over time. And this process of inflammation-driven damage, it's one of the biggest contributors to aging and all those age-related diseases.
So Ozempic steps in, tamps down the inflammation, and boom, we age slower.
Potentially, yes. We've used that analogy of a rusty car before, and it really fits here, too. Inflammation is like the rust, slowly eating away at the car's body. Ozempic might be able to slow the rust, so to speak, keep those cells and tissues in better shape for longer.
That's a pretty powerful image. And what really got everyone's attention was that recent study, the one presented at the cardiology conference, right? The one that showed Ozempic users had a lower risk of dying, even from things like, get this, COVID-19.
It is pretty amazing, and it's not just COVID. There are studies looking at Ozempic's effects on things like Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, even some types of cancer, and the results so far, they're definitely intriguing.
So it sounds like Ozempic could be a game changer for a lot more than just diabetes and weight loss. We're talking about potentially targeting the aging process itself, not just managing the symptoms.
Exactly. But, and this is a big but, it's important to remember that this is still relatively early research. We need larger, longer-term studies to really confirm these findings and figure out just how big of an impact this could have on the lifespan.
So we're not all going to be popping Ozempic and living to 150 anytime soon.
Probably not, no. But even with that being said, the research does raise some really exciting possibilities. I mean, what if we could treat multiple age-related diseases with one medication?
Oh.
Or even delay the onset of those diseases by years, decades even? That would be revolutionary.
No kidding. The article also mentioned Ozempic might have potential for other age-related stuff like cancer and Parkinson's disease, but didn't really go into detail on those. What can you tell us about that?
So here's the thing, and it's important to emphasize this. Ozempic is not a cure-all. It's not a magic bullet for every disease. But the fact that it might have a positive impact on such a wide range of age-related conditions, it suggests that by targeting those underlying processes of aging, like inflammation, we might be able to develop new and more effective treatments for all sorts of things.
Okay, so it's more about understanding the root causes, not just treating the symptoms as they pop up.
Right. And it's about understanding how these different diseases might be connected to each other through these common aging pathways.
Makes sense. Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Side effects. The article kind of glossed over that part.
Yeah, that's a really important point. Look, every medication, every treatment comes with potential risks and side effects, and Ozempic is no different. It's not a free lunch, unfortunately.
So what are we talking about here? What kind of side effects?
Well, some of the more common ones include things like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Those are usually temporary and tend to go away on their own. But there are also some more serious potential side effects that people need to be aware of. Things like pancreatitis, gallbladder problems, even an increased risk of thyroid cancer in some people.
Oh, wow. Okay, so definitely not something to take lightly.
Exactly. This is why, and I can't emphasize this enough, if you're considering taking Ozempic, it is absolutely crucial to talk to your doctor, weigh the potential benefits against the potential risks, and make an informed decision that's right for you.
So to wrap this all up, we've got a drug, already FDA approved, that's showing some really promising signs of potentially slowing down aging. But more research is needed, And there are potential side effects to consider. What's the biggest takeaway for you from all of this?
For me, what's most fascinating about all of this is that it really challenges our traditional understanding of aging. It's not just this inevitable decline that we have to accept. It suggests that aging is a process that we might be able to influence, even control, in ways that we never thought possible before. And if a drug that mimics a naturally occurring hormone can have this kind of impact, well, that just opens up a whole new world of possibilities for how we approach longevity and health span in the future.
It's about working with our bodies, not against them, finding ways to support and enhance our own natural processes.
Exactly. It's a really exciting time to be in this field, and I'm really curious to see where the research takes us next.
Well, on that note, we'll leave everyone with this question.
hmm
If we can slow down aging with a drug, what other secrets does our own biology hold?